You don't mind if I come up with some nicknames for you, do you?
I love it.
Pretty Pat Papuga. You know I'm a big wrestling fan, right?
I know.
80s wrestling, by the way. This is Mike Moran.
Papuga.
This is episode 3 of Putting the Real in Real Estate. And right off the rip, Pat, I see something delicious sitting in front of me. And what is it, please?
This is T-Shirt Factory, Niantic Public House.
7% alcohol. Once again,
We had one of theirs last time,
Slight
too.
buzz into me again.
I think, yeah, definitely. Last time we
Yeah.
did their, what was it? The It Takes a Village.
I think
was
in
really
future
good.
episodes, we need to do
Little rating.
a rating and a show possibly over there. Can you make that
Ooh.
happen?
Well, yes, Niantic Public House, if you're listening.
Yeah, good. Please, we got to make this happen. So, as always,
Nice. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
what do you got? What do you got with this?
Yeah.
One
do,
sip?
Do it like Stone Cold.
Oh,
Smash.
not yet.
One sip, everyone knows the rules. I need another.
Smooth. Yeah.
That is good. So they did tell me that they thought this one was a little bit better than It Takes a
You know
Village.
what? I was going to give them the first beer. What was the first beer again?
It Takes a Village.
2 thumbs up. This one I'm going to give 3 thumbs up.
Okay.
Keep it coming.
What do you want to set the bar? How many thumbs? Cap it at 5?
Yeah.
5 thumbs?
All right.
Or
If we're gonna-
6? So we can do. I only have 2.
We're going to go, if you're going to cap it at 6, then I'll give the first one, which was what?
It Takes a Village.
3.
Okay.
This one's going to get 4.5.
Ooh, professional rating right there. It's almost like.
I mean,
Portnoy.
this is how we're going to, what?
It's almost like Portnoy.
So what are we doing today, Pat? What are we talking about, by the
I
way?
didn't get to rate it yet. I am the beer connoisseur.
You are.
As much as I am a real estate expert.
Because if I had it would be, obviously, because the IPAs usually put me to sleep, and it didn't last time, by the way.
Out of a 6, I'm going to go 4.75.
That was 4.5.
Yeah, that's good though.
You know, I'm going to give a shout out to Johnny Lawrence of Cobra Kai, because I did pick up the Coors Banquets.
Those are good.
Phenomenal.
Yes, they are.
Right? Okay. So, we're talking about beer here, but why don't we get down to business?
Oh yeah, why we're here.
Episode 3. What are we talking about?
Current market. I was.
Ever-changing market.
It was. Yeah, it is. No, it was. It is.
It is. I was gonna say, because on episode 2 we talked about the market of now and the market of.
Yes, we compared the two.
right.
Correct.
So I think we should just keep on like what is making this market different and why is it?
Obviously, the one glaring fact is the lack of inventory. You know, it's just,
Still huge.
yeah, it's way more buyers coming from out of the woodwork. We were just talking about you had a buyer coming from
California.
California. I have there was Tennessee and somewhere in Georgia.
You want to move up here from down there?
Yeah, they're all calling. I know, that's what I said.
From down south?
Yeah.
All right. We won't talk about
Well,
that too
yeah.
much. All right. Okay. So
That's another episode.
that's another episode. We won't touch the down south people, which I'd like to be at.
I want to go down there with them.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
They want to come up here.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
No,
All right.
it's all right though.
I'm gonna have another sip.
I have to. Let me recoup after that one.
So the market being ever changing right now. If you look back, say in the springtime, when there was even less inventory.
Yes.
Less.
It was crazier.
Right.
It's still crazy though. I have several listings right now I'm dealing with, and the biggest thing, the agents are calling me.
Right.
Have you got an offer yet? That's the question from almost every agent. How are you going to handle this?
Right.
And I do the same too if I'm working with a buyer, and I'm sure you do too.
Sure.
You don't want to get shut out. You want to get your buyer in. It's not like a few years ago, house came on, hey, we'll see it Saturday. You know, we'll see it Wednesday.
Yes.
If it's a Monday,
And the house pops on Monday at.
we're going Tuesday.
You have to.
You're going
8
Tuesday.
a.m. If
Yeah.
it comes on a Monday at 7 p.m., where are you going to go?
Showing time.
That quick.
Boom, boom.
Because what has happened is I feel like that was good. I was relaxed a little bit. All right. So I think it's with talking to buyers is that it also depends on how serious they are.
Yes.
Because we have to educate them to let
100%.
them know. Are you ready?
And that's one of the things I definitely been talking to buyers about. This is, if you're going to go look at this house and try to offer 30 grand less,
It's not
it's not going to work.
no.
And some, they may have to learn
the hard way.
The hard way.
And I think the thing is it's working with other real estate agents that know this. I've had a couple. I know Lisa and I have dealt with a couple that, again, 30 grand less on one of my listings in Columbia, and the real estate agent, their agent representing them, said they have to learn.
Yeah.
$30,000 less in this market.
And I'll do it. You have to. You can't say no to your client.
Right.
You
we got to do our fiduciary
100%.
duty. Right.
Right.
Is that what we're taught?
Yes.
Huh?
We talked about that last time.
We did fiduciary.
Yes.
It's a big word, and I like it.
Huge.
I'm not really big into big words.
I don't know if I could spell it,
I
but
don't know.
I know about it though. So, that was good.
I was just going to say with market time is that I'll say we're going into the fall market, that there's not as many 10 to 15 offers on a house right now, which was happening in the springtime.
Right.
There's a couple.
Oh yeah.
If your house is move-in ready, you will get multiple offers.
And priced accordingly.
And
correctly.
Correctly.
Not 100,000 over
Now,
where it should be.
The question I have, and I'm sure to all agents out there, is that how do we price it as real estate agents, licensed real estate agents? How do we price it accordingly?
How do you price it?
Yeah,
Oh,
please.
So my big thing is, and I've come up against other agents recently just looking at houses that I'm going to list. I always like to see the house first.
Right.
I know.
Walk in.
I know the market.
Yep.
I typically know where it's going to fall. Obviously, comps, just like an appraiser would.
Sure.
But you have to take different factors into consideration too.
Neighborhood. Right, that's one of the biggest things.
Is there water across the street? Are you on the water?
Is there water in your backyard?
Yeah. Hopefully. Oh,
Hopefully
yeah.
not.
Well, if it's
It could be a brook.
Yeah.
Maybe a river.
An
Or a
ocean.
stream. An ocean.
Either way,
Flood
these are all.
insurance, you gotta- yeah.
That's another thing. That's a great one right there. There's so many different variables. How do you price it? So that's what you have to look at. And I think some people, and I don't know what you mean to other realtors, but they do it. They take the Zillow approach and they just look at the comps, and like it doesn't. You have to look at, just like you said, where is it? Look at that kitchen.
Yeah.
3-car garage, 4-car garage,
Yeah.
whatever.
No garage.
No garage. Yeah. A lot of
Stream in the back.
yeah.
Flood insurance.
Yes.
I'll repeat that again. Flood insurance, especially being down.
And if flood insurance because of a stream is people aren't going to overpay for it.
No, we had that. I had an issue. Actually, we worked together on this deal in Plainfield last year.
Oh.
There was a stream.
Yeah.
I should say it was like a little bubbler in the
Yeah.
back,
I remember.
and
this.
they had to have flood insurance.
And that's the crazy part. And flood insurance typically, whether it's a stream, a pond, or it's if it's that typical that flood
Make sure they're
zone.
getting their shout out right there. Okay, I'm just
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Make sure
I can't drink it that way though.
All right.
Yours is better.
Thank you.
But flood insurance will definitely affect, especially if the house is, again, not in a beach community where flood insurance may be expected.
And that too, and having a great rapport with their mortgage person is also big too.
I'm glad you said that because that's something else we deal with too. You talk about current market. Once you get it under contract, now what are we dealing with? We're dealing with on the buying side, we're dealing with mortgage. Well, even on the selling side, mortgage broker, mortgage
bank,
whoever.
Whatever you want to do, right? Yeah.
And then you have home inspector. You have an appraiser. You have, and obviously we're 99% of the time we're dealing with another real estate agent.
Yes.
So I'm losing track of the people involved in this deal.
I don't, and I think the big thing is that the normal or say first time home buyer or someone that say bought a house 10 years ago doesn't remember all this thing that goes into it. You know, Lisa's going to love this one because she likes to use this comparison. Ladies, this is meant in the utmost respect ever. Hold on.
Take a sip.
Okay. Well, before I say this, buying a house is like finding out you're pregnant in a good way. You're happy. Then what happens for the next 9 months?
I've never heard this. I like this.
Even though the buying process is not 9 months, just want to say, okay, is that you're happy, you're angry, you're emotional, you're happy.
Yeah.
Something bad happens, it's the end of the world.
true.
Then all of a sudden you close, what happens? There's that beautiful baby.
Yes.
I'm gonna go like this one more time.
I'll drink to that. I like it. That's Lisa's?
Yeah, not mine. Because I said, I don't want to talk about that. Because obviously I'm a male.
It's great though.
Right.
It's a great analogy.
Once you
because,
sign
yes.
and close, you're like, there's my baby right there.
And I've always said, like, when you're now we're dealing with, on top of all the people involved in the deal, you got again, I forgot how many people have I named already. And then you got to deal with the buyer's emotions or the seller's emotions.
Emotions come in.
And it's hard.
Stuff.
Especially on the flip side of buying the house, you have the people selling that have been there for so long.
Yeah.
And you're attached. They've raised their kids in this house. And then it gets super emotional. So when a home inspector comes in and starts picking their house apart, they take it personally. And I get it. It's hard.
And again, in this market where we're at right now, the sellers have the upper hand. If they come out and say, like, listen, I know my house is 100 years old.
Sure.
It needs X, Y, and Z. I'm willing to do here and there. You just have to present that to the other agent.
Yeah.
As long as the communication's big, right?
Absolutely. That you just nailed that ahead. The communication. That's where I was getting at, by the way.
Communication?
I tend to get a little sidetracked. I don't know about that.
I'm trying to keep you on track.
I know.
So
It's hard.
I know.
So really, though, the communication, though, whether that's me as a listing agent, buyer's agent, stay in touch with the buyer, stay in touch with the buyer's agent, stay in touch with the seller, stay in touch with their attorney.
Sure.
Make sure all this stuff is happening so it does. So we don't
sure all the
have.
dates are on.
You're gonna. I don't care how many says. With all these people involved, there's gonna be some kind of emotional.
Emotions. We got to watch out for the emotions.
Yes. Right. That's the thing, though. Keeping it smooth, communicate, and stay on top of things. Don't ignore. Don't wait 2 days when you find out something went wrong.
I have to call right. I have to call right away.
You have to.
Have to.
Sometimes you don't want to make the
Because
call.
you don't want to go to sleep at night thinking like I got to tell my buyer or seller X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
My God, this is fun as always.
I know.
So my question now is to you. You don't mind if I come up with some nicknames for you, do you?
I love it.
Pretty Pat Papuga. You know I'm a big wrestling fan, right?
I know.
80s wrestling, by the way. What we've covered so far in our first couple episodes is our introduction, right? Who's Pat Papuga? Who's Mike Moran? We talked about the market then and now, or now and then. Now we're talking about current market value, or how everything's
Yeah, and I
changing.
know I bounced around a little bit, but I just want people to know too. Maybe I can even continue a little more on where we are and how hard it is to communicate. What happens behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes is huge, which people don't understand.
And the other thing I'd like to talk about is how far we have come from in the last 20 years in real estate.
Marketing,
Yes.
advertising.
Yes.
How do we get the point across?
Yes.
How was the MLS formed?
Yes. And how that has changed too. I like it. Cheers.
Till next time.
Till next time.